JVP Examination. Let's locate the internal jugular pulsation of this patient. First, look at the location. So the location, it's much lower. The internal jugular pulse is much lower, more lateral, and under or behind the sternomastoid muscle. So this is the sternomastoid muscle. So it is under or behind the sternomastoid muscle. And the quality is undulant and diffuse. You can see two visible waves per cycle. Kindly observe for the two visible waves. While in the carotid pulse, it's brisk and localized and one wave per cycle. And on respiration, the internal jugular pulse varies with respiration. And if you try to palpate this area, this internal jugular pulsation, you cannot feel for the pulse. But in the carotid pulse, you can feel the pulse. So if you have difficulty also in determining whether that is an internal jugular pulse or a carotid pulse, you try to palpate. And if you can palpate or feel the pulse, then that would be your carotid artery. And if you cannot palpate, probably that's the internal jugular. So for the pressure, when you apply light pressure at the base of the neck, the pulse easily obliterates, the pulsation easily obliterates. And with regards to the position of the patient, the level of the pulse drops and disappears as soon as the person is brought to a sitting position, while the carotid pulse, whatever the position of the patient, the carotid pulse is unaffected. So after locating the internal jugular pulsation, which is on this side, on this area, you place now a straight object to it, while you also place a ruler at the level at the sternal angle upright, and then you place it perpendicular to each other. Place the two objects perpendicular to each other. And for this case, it's 1.5 centimeters. So the the jugular venous pressure of this patient is 1.5 centimeters at 30-degree angle from the sternal angle. However, if you will be measuring it from the right atrium, you need to add 5 centimeters. So 1.5 centimeters plus 5, that would be 6.5 centimeters. So we will read this as JVP measuring 6.5 centimeters above the right atrium at 30-degree angle.